I came on YouTube to look for money. I found the money. They started with a mobile phone. Recorded with my phone for 4 years.
The real ones don't care about their identity.
It cost me over 200,000 cedis to reveal my identity.
This is how Headless YouTuber was able to beat and crack the YouTube algorithm. Let's go. First of all, being unique and anonymous. In simply put, unique anonymity. But before we get into details, let's listen to what he has to say about being anonymous.
When I started, I realized people liked what I was doing because I was different. Their subscribers kept coming. I kept growing.
What made you different?
Because no one knew who I was.
Content creation on YouTube is broadly divided into two categories. That is channels that feature the creator's face and the channels that do not. Faceless channels usually thrive by forcing viewers to focus on the content itself. Headless understood this early and used it as a backbone for the growth of his channel. With a unique content brand, never really seen by the Ghanaian audience, his actions and presence stood out, even though the information he served was also being served by other established creators.
All of a sudden, this black and white guy with no head, I think that was what made a lot of people notice me. Being anonymous, I felt free.
Being anonymous literally opened the gateway of the algorithm for him. Knowing that information is the real product on YouTube, he focused more energy on how the information is packaged and how it is delivered, and most importantly, the emotion he wanted viewers to feel. Because viewers' emotions need to be constantly triggered to disturb the algorithm in your favor. Research shows growing a YouTube channel mainly comes down to two things: the click-through rate, also known as the CTR, and the watch time. I explained this concept well in my video, How Could Resetting Beat the YouTube Algorithm? But if you are new here, this is the simplest way to understand it. Watch time is how long people stay watching your video, and the CTR is how often people click your video after YouTube recommend it. Headless going anonymous alone drove massive attention to his channel. It created permanent unanswered questions. Who is behind this channel? Why does his content look so different? When is he revealing his face? These unanswered questions combined with his humor increased his CTR and the watch time every time he uploaded, forcing YouTube to recommend his videos aggressively. And impressively, he was able to do this with a niche focus.
You just have to start.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't have to get everything perfect. It wasn't perfect when I started. When I started through creating content every day, I create content. If you come on my channel, you laugh. 2, you get the information you want, and then you get some extra information you didn't even know you needed.
The YouTube algorithm prioritizes viewer satisfaction. That is how long people stay on the platform. Choosing a high retention niche is the first real move to winning on YouTube. Knowing this, it's not surprised that he was able to beat the algorithm. Headless focused on Ghanaian music analysis, trending news, reactions, interviews, podcasts, and many more. He built a massive audience through 8 content series that satisfied curiosity and delivered value. Series like Talk to Kula, where he interviews popular celebrities and media personalities. Music Breakdowns, where his background in music production gives him an edge. And the most impressive one, Crime Dey Like Crime. Crime Dey Like Crime is a unique content brand focusing on crime cases and their history. Headless is able to create series of content that the audience are willing to binge watch and amazing numbers of watch hours. And as we know now, that's what the algorithm loves.
First of all, they told the thief that, you know what? Laugh. They said laugh, laugh. Watch this video.
So, them not say joint things we want.
He also backed this niche strategy with a unique packaging and delivery that's difficult to copy. I'm talking about the sound effects, the funny body expressions, and the credibility of the information he shares on his channel. Headless truly and really understand the YouTube game. So as a creator out there, the real question before starting a YouTube channel is how can you be unique while creating content in a niche that is already saturated? However, producing mass appeal content alone wouldn't have been enough if Headless didn't know how YouTube actually works. His next strategy was understanding the fundamentals of the algorithm.
Content needs to have 3 key elements. It needs to be educative, informative, entertaining. At least 2 of these. I started learning how YouTube works. How to rank high in search, how to get a video discovered, all those things. I had to learn all those things.
Although luck has helped some creators on the platform, but beating the YouTube algorithm has always been about the attention. YouTube is an open market where millions of videos compete every second. The only videos that survive are the ones people click and keep watching. If people don't click, your video is invisible. If they click but leave early, your video gets buried. That's the entire game. After spending hours on research, watching Headless interviews and content, one thing stood out. He clearly understands the psychological side of audience and what it takes to go viral on the platform. His breakout moment was a video on a murder case in Kaswa which pulled over 14,000 views in one day, and that video became the outlier, and instead of moving on, he doubled down on the topic.
It was the Kaswa video. That was my first video to actually hit like over 1k. It got 14k views in one day. I was making like 100 views, 130, 170.
Were you discouraged?
No.
He invested time into understanding the critical aspects of YouTube, that is the watch time, the CTR, SEO, keywords, descriptions, tags, and every technical element required to beat the algorithm. So as a young creator out there, don't leave it to luck and prayers only. Having a unique style, a high attention niche, and even understanding what the algorithm stands for all matters. But to truly beat the algorithm, there's one extra factor, and that is consistency.
I create content, edit it, post it, type my description and stuff, design my thumbnail, put it out, and then go back and create another content. And I kept doing it. It wasn't easy.
Before you skip this part, you are probably saying, I'll be consistent and still not getting views. That is because you are missing these two things: consistency as a format and consistency as a standard. Consistency is not always about posting every day. Many creators think consistency means suffering, no sleep, daily uploads, burnout, but that's not the case. Real consistency is when someone clicks on your video and already knows how it will go. Headless uses this perfectly. Whether it's a crime, interviews, or music breakdowns, there are always recurring elements: the comedy, the information, and the satisfaction side. Being consistent as a standard is about the level you refuse to go below. And as a beginner, the only solution is,
if you've watched my life story, I've shared my knowledge, I've told you what I did. If you're willing to do that, put in the hours like I put in the hours, and you're not willing to also put in the work and you want things to come easy for you, you're not going to make it.
Having a unique style, focusing on engaging it, and also understanding the algorithm while staying consistent made Headless YouTuber grow and beat the algorithm. Thank you for watching. Any question, write it in the comment section. Subscribe.